Hey guys, XJ9 here, and today we're going to do the patch 11.17 patch notes. I actually didn't know this even came out yesterday, or even maybe even 2 days ago at this point. But I'll be honest, that 3 week wait for the other patch kind of threw me off, so I kind of like lost track of time. So I don't know, better late than never. So I kind of know some things about this as usual. So we'll go right into some league client improvements. We're updating the web browser at the heart of the league client. This means fewer crashes, lower memory consumption, and faster performance. It also unlocks your ability to make future moves. Okay, we'll see how that is. I'm actually curious how this, because sometimes League lags if you keep it open, so we'll see. RP pricing update. We're updating RP prices. Doesn't include NA, so I actually don't really care. Uh, that's interesting, the bonus thing, yeah. So, okay. First off, auction. What's changing with him? This is W going rogue. Uh, Auction can no longer claim scoundrels when he's dead. Okay, that's kind of stupid that he was even able to do that. Yeah, so that's good. That's a really, really good. That's extra power that honestly is like hidden power that shouldn't be there. So that's nice. Heroic swing damage per shot was 30 to 130, plus 10% bonus attack damage, times 1 plus 3% bonus attack speed. Now it's 30 to 110. So he lost 5. What is it? He doesn't gain 5 damage, so instead of like 30 50, it's 30 55. So at max strength, it does 20 less base damage. Um, the bonus attack damage ratio is higher though, and they kept so it's just to incentivize him to not build his on hit. I think his most popular build is the Wits End build. So yeah, that's just to make him build more damage instead of Wits End, which I think they're nerfing too. His R cooldown upon cancellation it was 15 seconds. Now it's 5 seconds. That's quite a big buff, but does it really matter? No. I'm I'm not even sure if you can cancel it if someone needs to cancel it. I forget. Oh my god, that's a lot of bug fixes. Bug fixes. Dirty fighting second attack will more consistently complete on targets when the first attack was executed at max range. Passive. Dirty fight now correctly predicts whether the first attack will kill the target, including through shields and with auctions on hit effects. That's interesting. Passive dirty fighting. Heroics. Wait, what? Placeholder icon no longer appears under auction after gaining shield from passive dirty fighting. Heroic swing will no longer end early on turrets. Not sure what that means. Not sure if like you can go through turrets. I'm not quite sure what that means. Heroic swings cooldown no longer gets reset when it kills a scarecrow effigy from Fiddle 6 passive or a clone from Shaco's R. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Heroic swing no longer gets extra range if you cast spells on enemies or places words outside of its maximum distance. Um, that's interesting. I wonder if it's like while you're swinging or not. I'm not really sure. R, whatever that is called, now consistently executes minions regardless of armor bonuses like Hullbreaker or Baron Nashor. Interesting. Fix the bug where a simple single bullet from auctions are dealt unusually lethal damage to Yorks are made. That's kind of funny. So I don't know. Some buffs there, some nerfs. It's kind of whatever. Moo Moo. Health growth was 80, now it's 75. Armor growth was 3.8, now it's 3.5. Um, that's very small, honestly. He doesn't really need the armor either. Banish Toss. Moo now has 2 charges of Q. Damage of his Q was 80 to 280 plus 70% ability power. Now it's 70 to 190 plus 85% ability power. Really encouraging him to build AP, which is really something. Charge cooldown is 16 to 14 seconds. Cooldown between cast is 3 seconds, not reduced by ability haste, and the cooldown original was 10 to 8 seconds. Um, hmm. I wonder if I think if it goes on cooldown on cast, that's quite big. I'm pretty sure what that's what happens with this regular Q right now. Um, hmm. Well, it makes him less CDR. He doesn't depend on CDR as much, which is something, I guess. I guess it's fine. I mean, I don't know how I think about it. I mean, I guess it's fine. They're just trying to make him more viable because he doesn't have many tools. The ability power ratios is very interesting, though. I don't like AP movement though, but I feel like you kind of even have to do it now, which is kind of annoying. Despair, his W damage per second was 8 to 24. Now it's 12 to 28, so a 4 damage buff at all ranks. Max health damage per second, it was 1 to 2% plus 0.5% per 100% AP. Target's maximum HP, now it's 1 to 1.6%, and 0.5% per 100% AP. So AP ratio is the same. Slight damage nerf on his W. Um, Wait, as a reminder, W ticks twice per second, so each tick deals half the damage. Yeah, okay. Um, it's a very small nerf to that, but they did buff the base damage, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. Cause, well, let me think. Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's actually fine. That's actually pretty much just that's a pretty neutral buff. It pretty much just buffs them more against non-tanks ever so very slightly. And against tanks it's pretty much the same. Cross the Sad Mommy stun duration was 1.5 to 2 seconds. Now it's only 1.5 seconds. That's quite a big nerf to Mumu because that's the whole point of his ultimate. Um, it's kind of rough because, like, I don't know. I don't even think his win rate will even go up that high. Um, the Q's nice, but like whenever they do big changes like this, it's similar to Rammus where they gave Rammus more tools and they made his ultimate super long, or they did something like really harsh to him, but then they eventually rebuffed his ultimate. Then he became really good. So I feel like here's the same thing where like this is like okay, like it's kind of power neutral, except like his after like when you get level 11 is when he's pretty much a nerfed version of a Mumu, essentially. Um, they might have even just did this because of the fact that you have two charters on Q, as in like you could probably because I mean how long is it a move with stun? I think a second. I don't really know if it even scales to be honest. Um, yeah, it's a second. I don't know how I know these things. It's kind of crazy. There's. So let me just think. Okay, so it's a 1 second stun. So I maybe they're just trying to prevent chain stuns. I guess because you could Q, then wait a second, and then even they can't really flash out because if they flash, they'll still get stunned by the R. I think it's just to prevent chain stunning. I think that's the whole reason for it. If so, it's kind of fine, I guess. But I feel like he'll probably get a small buff elsewhere then. Probably. Hmm. Oh, it is three. Yeah, it's a 3 second cooldown. I don't know. Well, you can still chain stun. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on how strong the chain stun thing is. It might not be as strong as it seems. It depends. Like I don't know. It might be good just only if you can make use of the chain stun, but you need to have two charges of Q up at any given moment, and you need to hit the Q. So I'll see how that goes. I think overall it's he needs probably like a slight tune up somewhere. Like I feel like if they didn't nerf his base stats, maybe he would be fine. But I will see. I might be wrong. He might be actually fine, but we'll see. Echo increased damage versus monsters 150%. Now it's 200%. I honestly don't get this buff because Echo's actually fine. Like I don't know. I don't know why they did that. Languishing. No. I don't agree with this. I honestly don't. This is a ginormous buff to Echo Jungle. I think he was already strong. This is, I don't know. Things just fall out of favor randomly, and that's one thing people need to realize. That it's like not that the champion's weak, it's the champion falls out of favor. Like look at Kindred. I think Kindred was top being played, even though like her like. Let's go. Let's go over here. I just want to talk about this fast because this is kind of funny. Oh my gosh. Let's go to Kindred, please. Okay. So where is this? Where was she buffed? This one. Yeah. So people started playing her at 11.7 because of the ratio buffs and stuff. Um, why did people stop playing her? I thought there was a nerf. She didn't even get nerfed. I remember there was a nerf for her, but I guess it never went through. Because cooldown reduced to, yeah, so that was a straight up buff. Then there was a bug fix, which was a huge bug fix. Cooldown reduced to 8 seconds from 9. Yeah, she never got nerfed. That's kind of strange. Yeah, yeah, because I remember there was a Kindred nerf. I think her bonus attack speed was getting nerfed, and then they didn't do it. And like, what happened to Kindred? No one even plays her anymore. Even though she's fine. She's been buffed 3 patches in a row. People were playing her, then she just dropped off because, I don't know, she's not like super point and click. You have to time things well. Um, her win rate's really high. Like, she's probably extremely strong. She's probably just playing platinum mostly. Like, she's really strong, but I don't even see her anymore, which is kind of funny. Not say devour. Divine Sunder is disgusting. But yeah, cause I just feel like a lot of champions just fall out of favor randomly. Just, I mean, let's even look at Echo's previous patch play rate or win rate or whatever. He's doing fine. Yeah, he's fine. I don't like that. His playstyle incentivizes risky things, and then people get punished for it. So that's why I don't know. He had a fine win rate. It was almost 49%. So whatever. I don't know. I don't think he needed that. Evelyn aura cooldown decrease. Cooldown was 140 to 80 seconds. Now it's 120 to 80 seconds. This is a ginormous buff to Evelyn. This buff is absolutely like insane. Like Evelyn's insane. It was already insanely strong. Um, that's why I also took Ultimate Hunter on Evelyn is because her whole kit and assassination potential is like literally in her ultimate. Like it's her mobility, it's everything. So having it up now, like you might not even need Ultimate Hunter anymore, which is interesting. Probably would still take it though. I'm not quite sure though. I would need testing. I don't really like Relentless Hunter though, although it might be good now. Is this? But at the same time, just because they buffed it doesn't mean you shouldn't be taking Ultimate Hunter. A lot of people don't take Ultimate Hunter on Evelyn. I don't know why. I like Evelyn right now. Yeah, look at her win rate. It's 52%. Her win rate is 49%, 50% before, like almost 51%. She's borderline broken right now. So yeah, if you want Elo, play Evelyn because she's probably broken. I'm not even joking. She did not need this buff. She did not need this buff. But yeah, kind of funny. Yeah, people just think Relentless Hunter. They don't think Ultimate Hunter. I don't know why. Um, hmm. It might be better now just because of the cooldown, but I'm not quite sure. It would just depend on how the game feels and the pacing of the game. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So yeah, play Evelyn if you want to Elo. Gameplay. This is an interesting thing. So movement speed on his passive was 3%. Now it's 15 to 3% by level. Interesting. I'm not sure what by level means. As in like maybe it's level 18. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I could probably Google it. It's kind of a big detail that they don't include for some reason. Um, so it's now. So yeah, it's level 18. So okay, that's very important to note. So like level like 3 is like yeah, it's quite a big nerf to his movement speed. Okay, that's actually very important to note because that means that with phase rush he isn't like a lightning bolt movement speed. So that's nice. You can probably maybe even gank him now. Cube Hurley updated. Jesus, counts as a ranged basic attack. That's quite a big nerf as well because of what's that rune called? Grass of the Undying, I think, or whatever it's called. That one where it leeches HP. So that's quite a big nerf to that playstyle. I wonder what are people building now on that? Are they even still doing that? Is this? That's probably a big reason why GP's also been hard to balance is because it's been incentivized to build like heavy HP or like I don't know. This is a weird champion. Yeah, his win rate's really bad right now just because it's a big adjustment overall. What rune do they take? That's probably the biggest mistake people are doing is they're still taking grasp. I feel like phase rush is probably one of the best runes on him. Phase rush or fleet work? Fleet work is also good as well. Um, that's not. Yeah, I don't really agree with the grass. People, I think his win rate's suffering because a lot of people don't read patch notes, believe it or not. So they're probably building grass spell, and that's really hurting his win rate. Um, so yeah, overall, it's either gonna be fleet work or phase rush. I'm gonna be honest. That's literally the two runes like that you would probably want to use. Uh, hmm. I'm more inclined to say take phase rush, but hmm. I think it just depends, honestly. It just depends if they even have a slow or if you need it, because they kind of do the same thing, and also the runes in the tree. So that just depends on the matchup. Those are just two runes. So I mean, that's just what I have to say about that right now. I don't even play GP. Um, in Powder Keg new benefits from critical strike damage at 100%, 125% effectiveness. Did they not before? Like I don't know. It's luck, because I honestly have no idea. It doesn't really say context like what they benefit from before. Um, Attacks in parlay that critical strike the keg to explode have their damage increased by 20% but the keg splashes it. This includes a spellway damage applied by attack or stored on the barrel. Um, uh, I, I'm not sure if so. Spellblades also improved by the 25% increased damage. Um, I think it was just 100% damage before, probably. So I think this is a bit of a buff to his crit. Max barrels 3 hour rings now it's 3 3 4 4 5 and recharge time was 16 to 10 seconds now it's 18 to 14 seconds. Um, does GP even max barrels? Let's also look at this. I probably doesn't, but yeah. Some people are maxing E second. Oh, some people are maxing it first too. That's crazy. The E max first has a high win rate as well. So E max might also be the thing to do as well. Having more barrels can proc your passive and stuff and just add a lot more damage overall. That's probably the correct thing to do. What was I looking at? Oh yeah, I was looking at his feast damage. Yeah, well, the only thing you really lose on the Q is, I guess, some of the damage, but you're not really incentivized to just spam Q on the lane. The gold plungers, something, I guess. But then you have more barrels as well. I feel like the barrel max is just really good. Yeah, I feel like it might even be something weird where, like, you put 3 points into E, then max Q or something. That might be a thing as well. To just have 4 barrels. It's either E max or put 3 points into E and then max Q. It's one or the other. So I think people just aren't adjusting yet. I think this is overall. This seems like a big buff because he doesn't really need that movement speed. He gets it back anyway. He's a soul leaner as well, so he'll get this back. It's not like if this was a jungle change, like say GP was a jungle for whatever reason, this would actually be a ginormous nerf. A giant because junglers do not get super high XP all the time. Um, Graves, in line, Q, mana cost of 60, now it's 80. Some new splasher. Okay, so yeah, this is a good nerf because this is jungle has no mana issues. This is just a mid lane nerf, so that's good. Um, it's also kind of a nerf to just jungle though because if he stays in the lane, he can run out of mana, or if he just spams Q like crazy. Irelia Q Blade Surge heal was 12 to 20% attack damage. Now it's 8 to 16% attack damage. Yeah, she was just mega busted. This is a slight tune up. I mean, what was her win rate? I don't even know. There's too many champions in the game. Where's Aurelia? A B C D E F G H I H I. Oh, there she is. The champions on the left, I don't notice. Slight tune up. She's still really strong though. Yeah, that's not the biggest nerf in the world. Um, I don't know. I think that's fine because I think she was broken. Kane, this is I think a ginormous nerf. Shadow Assassin bonus damage was 12 to 44% magic damage. Now it's 8 to 3% magic damage. This is a ginormous nerf. Blue Kane's been overshadowing games too regularly, especially with this Gore Drinker build. We're reducing Assassin Kane's damage to encourage him to build more offensively in order to reap his enemies. Yeah, Gore Drinker is just an extremely stat check item. It's very strong. I wonder how Viego's doing with that as well. So it's a Kane. Kane. Kane's win rate was really high before. It was actually good. No, it's hurting quite a bit. People are still building Gore Drinker, so like it's bad. Um, that's a big nerf to his. That's a ginormous nerf, like ginormous. I'm actually curious about how it scales. The scale level 18. I don't know. Uh, yeah, it was level 18. So that's actually a really big nerf. A bigger nerf than you would think. Like normally when he would have like let's say he's like level 11, he would only have 20% damage, but normally before he would probably have like 32. So that's quite a big nerf. He also get like 100 plus damage, if not more, in his burst combos. Because this thing was, Kane's like a really master U champion. Like he's really, Blue Kane's is really easy to play. You just kind of go in there, kind of break the rules of the game. So I kind of wish Ross was more prominent of a pick. I think one of Ross's biggest problems is he's just way too slow, way too readable. Slash I don't know. I feel like he just needs a little bit of something. Like I feel like I feel like if they just like I don't know. What does he need? I feel like I don't know. I don't like his mana cost. Maybe his mana costs are fine now, but that was my issue with Ross. Leona, W damage, bonus armor, magic resist was 20 to 40. Now it's 15 to 35. Quite a big nerf as well. His small armor values, especially at level 1. So this is SPF. What? I don't know what that means. Um. Okay, well, whatever. She was easy to play. Lissandra base attack damage was 53, now it's 55. Mana cost from her Q was 60 to 80, now it's 55 to 75. Very slight tune up, makes CSing better. She has a nice auto animation, so that will actually help her quite a bit. So let's look at Lissandra. How is she doing? Wow, she was actually already had a high win rate, so why did she even get buffed? Jesus. What? Mediocre? What? How is this mediocre? She's had 51% win rate past 2 patches. 52 5 patches ago. What? I don't know if I agree with this. I guess Lissandra's another champion where like I feel like she's extremely strong, like extremely strong. Like I remember I saw her I think like a week ago, and it's like she's really good. So yeah, if you play mid, play Lissandra because that's a crazy buff. She's already strong as hell, especially with that Everfrost item is really good on her. But those 2 items are good on her. So yeah, play this on her, I guess. She didn't really need it. Lucian base attack damage was 64, now 62. Ally buffs and power illusions next two basic passive Lightslinger. Ally's buffs and power illusions next two basic attack to deal an additional 14 plus 10% attack damage, magic damage. Lucian can store up to 4 vigilant base attacks at a time. Orton Blaze mana cost was 70, now it's 60. Uh, triggers vigilance when an ally champion damage is an unmarked target. Interesting. And the culling number of shots 22 to 34. Now it's 22 plus 25% critical strike chance. Damage per shot was 20 to 60 plus 25% attack damage plus 10% ability power. Now it's 15 to 45. And now it's 25% attack damage plus 50% ability power. I already know about this because some writer was talking about this before in the stream. As all this is for is just to encourage him again not to be played mid lane. He's being played mid lane too much. Bot lane is being neglected. They're pretty much just encouraging to be played in bot lane and scale more instead of because his whole kit was incentivizing leveling up instead of actually getting items. So now they're trying to make it so you need to get items instead of leveling up to actually scale with Lucian. So I think that's fine. We'll see how that goes. How is it going? I'll actually examine. So bot lane, his win rate went up quite substantially from 46% to pretty much 49%. His pick rate went up a lot. Mid lane is wow. It really suffered. It was not even mid lane was also in solo queue. It was actually dumpster trash. I'm not sure what people freak out about. His top lane's kind of okay, but yeah, that's kind of funny. So that's good. Um, Nami base health was 475. Now it's 490. 15 HP, quite big, a lot less squishy. Mana cost on his W was 70 to 130. Now it's 70 to 110. Quite big. I think she also maxes at first as well. So that's quite a big buff to her. So I guess Nami's even stronger after those Lulu nerfs. Senna passive absolution. Critical strike damage was 150%. Now it's 160%. Soul drop rate was 4.1666%. Now it's 10% for minions and small monsters sent to kills. Other drop rates unchanged. So it's interesting that they're trying to buff her as a farming carry more, which is interesting because I thought she didn't want her to be a farming carrier. I remember she was like, "Oh, I remember a writer explicitly stated, if we cannot get her to be balanced, like be like a support, we can just do drastic changes and make her played as a support only, and not like make her AD carry." So it's very strange. I don't know. That's very strange. I remember, like, so do they just not want her to be, like, I guess they want her to be an AD carry? I don't know what they want. That's kind of strange to me. Um, Also, I was going to talk about, that movement thing. Like, one of the strongest things about Senna is her root. Because I literally won a game because of how long her root was. The fact that her root scales to, like, 2 seconds at max rank is absolutely nuts. Because that was like, wow. I was able to E in a Zac and I killed him. I was like, that E lasted forever. It was a Senna on my team, so I don't know. I feel like she's just really strong. That was funny. Random story. Team E on hit damage increased was 11 to 55. Now plus 3% ability power. Now it's 14 to 58. Plus 3% ability power. Quite strong. Teemo I think was also already strong, just not really being played. I don't think. How's he doing? He must have been getting a lot of buffs recently. He's gonna be OP soon. Yep, he's 51% win rate. But Demon's probably OP right now. No, I'm joking, which is really funny. Just someone plays him. He's already been pretty solid. Yeah, Teemo's probably OP right now. I'm just saying. So if you play Teemo, play Teemo mid. Viego, big Viego changes. So attack range was 225. Now it's 200. Healing possession was 8% plus 2.5% bonus attack damage. Plus 1.5% ability power, plus 2.5 attack speed. Now it's 3%, plus 3% bonus attack damage, plus let's think about that. Okay, plus 2% ability power, plus 5% attack speed. So pretty much double the attack speed. Bonus attack damage. Okay. Let me think. They're really trying to make him build that attack speed. Because the divine sunderer stuff just gives him so much HP, he was healing too much. But yeah, the Rune King damage multiplier from crit chance was 0 to 75% at 0 to 100% crit chance. Now it's 0 to 100% at 0 to 100% crit chance. Um, Interesting. I think it's better for readability as well. Camouflage detection radius was 400, now it's 450, so a bit of a nerf to that as well. I feel like that was also one more unfair things he had anyway. Um, Also means that it might be harder to break skill shots. I forget, honestly. I forget if you can use it mid cast and still break. Yeah, no, it's fine. I think. That this nerf actually might be bigger than you would think, just because I think when you're fighting someone, say you're fighting someone, and here comes like um an auto attack. If they're if he uses E, the auto attack would fizzle because it wouldn't actually hit you, I believe, or maybe it was an ability. I forget. I think it was an. I think he could like disjoint autos, but now since that range is higher, it's harder for him to do that. So he might die more. But that's a very specific thing to do. So it's probably not the biggest nerf, but it's a nerf. Slow duration was zero point 0.5 seconds. That's 0.25 seconds. Bug fixes. Fix a bug where when Viego possesses Zoe using passive Sovereign Domination. Recasting Q Palace over launch or second star that disappears. Interesting. Fix the bug where Viego's basic ability cooldowns would get permanently reduced after gaining Excellendro stacks while possessing Sono and passive Sovereign Domination. Lol, that's kind of funny. Fix the bug where has Cled's W violent tendencies buff active as his possession ends. Viego's W Spectral Maul will be on cooldown. Fix the bug where Viego casts Kindred's W Wolf Friendly just as possession ends. He would no longer be able to cast W Spectrum. Wow, that's a really big bug. Jesus, this champion is riddled with bugs. So what's the reason you nerfed them? Pro scenes or bring him down, bring down his passive. Yeah, because pretty much this champion excels in skirmishes. This champion will always excel in skirmishes. The only reason the champion doesn't work sometimes in your games is if people don't want to go in and die. The thing people need to realize about Viego is that like even if you go 1-for-1 in the trade and like say it's a 2v2 or 3v3, if as long as Viego doesn't die and you just die for him and you go for 1-for-1 initially, you'll win that fight like literally no matter what. A lot of people are like I'm not joking. There's really KDA players. They don't understand how to play around Viego, how to play with a Viego on the team, and they just like kind of like troll. Like if you look at my OPGG, my win rate with Viego is really bad, and it's mostly because people in that elo I was playing him, which was like I think D4 or like Plat 1 originally, or like even like in Platinum in general when I was like playing again. It was really the people just weren't playing around Viego. Like they don't understand that, like, dude, I need to get a reset and we can win the fight or win the game. And they're just like, oh, let's just run away because I don't want to die. Well, then they die anyway. So yeah, his tanky builds are offering too much pop-off potential, so we're simply cutting down back the power of his resets if he's not pulling damage. They're also increasing his camouflage detection radius and reducing his bait tech range, which will make it harder to hide in the black mist as a source of safety. Lastly, reducing the CC on his ult since that isn't really its main content. Well, people are using it for CC. Um, hmm. That R nerf's really big. Viego's win rate really like this really hurts his like it's kind of funny because like these nerfs are mostly happening because of Divine Sunder is a busted item. It really is. Gordringer, if Divine Sunder wasn't buffed to how it is, like was it? I don't know why they buffed it from 10% to 12% or whatever or 8%. What was that buff? It was so stupid. This is the dumbest buff ever. Why did they do that? Yeah, it was 10% to 12. They just need to nerf it back to 10. It's way too strong. It's just way too strong of an item. I don't know why they nerfed the 80. I would have just reverted it. I don't like it at all. It's just The Divine Sunder is just conquering an item, and that's the issue with the item. It's too stat checky. I feel like if Divine Sunder shouldn't even exist, and it should just be the Trinity Force for Gore Drinker. So, I mean, we can even look at like, damn, his win rate sucks now. Like these are actually huge nerfs. Um, I just wonder how much like it might be worth building Kraken Slayer or that 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 active item that moves him because you also take the Cosmic Insight, which helps active items as well. But I don't know. Let me think. I don't know. His I'm not even joking. The what's that called? It's that silver bow. That silver bow item might be really really good on him. No one really builds it. I really feel like that item is like a hidden broken item on him with because the fact that you take Cosmic Insight is like really good with it. Yeah, I'm not joking. I think the thing I might start doing on this champion is oh, damn, it's just crit items suck. And crit items I know melee is kind of shitty too. Let me think. I'm just trying to think of a build. What other crit items are there? People don't even build other crit items. It's kind of sad. Collector's kind of funny. Yeah, I don't know. You probably just ignore that and just. So the build would be that silver shield thing that makes you jump. But we don't Blade King first though. Blade King first is so strong. I don't know. I want to theory craft some things there. There's some things that do. I'm not. I mean, honestly, the default build might still be strong with Divine Sunder and stuff. Who knows? Zaya Q cast time. So double daggers cast time was 0.25 seconds. Now it's 0.25 at the zero point 0.1 at 0 to 250% attack speed, bonus attack speed. So yeah, she needs 3 items now to actually, I believe, have that attack speed. I think. So that's quite nice because it's kind of weirder user queues. So as I said, it gets less clunky as the game goes on. Featherstorm base damage was 125 to 375. Now it's 200 to 400. That's quite a big buff at level 1, just saying. So I guess that's nice. Zed. Once Zed gets some items under his belt, his kill pattern becomes too reliable, especially for a champion with such flexible mobility tools to slip in and out of shadows. We're asking the Master Shadows, the Master's more strict and secure his kills. His ult cooldown is also getting nerfed late to match its power level more appropriately. Interesting. Razor Shuriken Q. Bonus attack damage was 100% bonus attack damage, has 110 bonus attack damage. E slash slash was 80% bonus attack damage, now it's 65% bonus attack damage. Cooldown was 120 to 60, now it's 120 to 80. I agree with these nerfs. I think his ultimates was, yeah, these are actually fine nerfs. They've always been incentivizing people to max his Q. I'm not sure if people are actually maxing his E. They might have been maxing his E, which is always funny when that happens. His win rate, it's kind of neutral. He's like the most played. What the hell? Skills, people. I don't know. Maybe people are maxing. I'm not sure. Um, I don't know. Kind of a neutral thing. I wouldn't think. I don't think that's honestly that big of a nerf. Divine Sunder minus 5 AD. Divine Sunder has been a go-to choice for fighters all across the spectrum, even for marksmen. Warlord can nerf its generic power to let its more aggressive item. Competitors outshine it when they're supposed to. Okay, when they're supposed to. It's literally a drain tank item. I don't know. There's always something each season where it's just like if Divine Sunder didn't exist, this season would be so healthy. It really would be. I don't like it. I just don't like it when there's like, oh, look at all these diverse items, but like, oh, look at tanks. Tanks still have to build Thornmail second item because too much healing in the game still, even though we nerfed it a lot. Hullbreaker additional 100 HP. Um, so yeah, just trying to just make it better to rush. Serpent's Fang, 18 lethality now is 12. Yeah, people are rushing this and getting it even against non-shield teams that incentivize people from building shields like Shield Bow and uh, Sterix. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what they said. Rather than be situational, it was just they were just building it every time because it's so strong. Yeah. Wits End on hit damage was 15 to 80. Linear scaling, ce- ce- linearly ceiling level ceiling. I think he means scaling. Oh, it is scaling. Scaling levels at 1 to 18. Now it's 15 at levels 1 through 8, 25 to 80 at 9 to 18. Was it linear? I don't know if it was linear. I don't think it was linear before. What? I don't think it was linear. I think it was like that before. What? I guess it was. That's not honestly the biggest deal, though. Yeah, the thing is about this is that level I don't know what the ride's doing. What's in has become a powerful early rush item for a variety of attack speed champions. While it's good to offer early attack speed options, Wits End often becomes the best choice regardless of how much damage the enemy team has. We're reshaping its damage scaling so that it's just as powerful late, but only being picked up for its, but isn't only being picked up for its early damage value. The, the thing that Riot needs to understand is that you don't get a Wits End at level 6 unless you're like ginormously fed for whatever reason. In a staple standard high end game, you would pretty much be level 8 or pretty much level 9 by the time you get to Wits End. So why does this matter? The only people abusing this are champions like Auction and solo laners, or maybe even junglers. I don't really know. Probably just Auction, honestly, where they're just it's just solo laners. So solo laners don't have an issue getting to level 9. Like, oh my. At level 9, well, oh well. Oh, okay. Okay, no. The scaling is actually interesting. Okay, never mind. I lied. I'm a big liar. So, because they also did put 25 to 80 at 9 to 18. So, because of how it scales, if it was originally how it scales was like, oh, it's level 15 to level 9, and then it would be like kind of silly, a big what? So at level 9 when you get this, that's probably our standard time to get. It would be 25 damage. That's how much it is now. Uh, Before at level 9 it would be 45. The thing is how much money is it? I think it's cheap as hell. It's kind of cheap now. I don't know. It's very strong though. I don't know. I think it's still very strong against those AP matchups though. So against APs, it would still be a good pickup. Auction still builds it as well. Hmm. I guess this is kind of more. I think the whole point is just to make it more situational. I don't think it hurts the damage too much. Um, Level 11. Yeah, as you go on like a level 11, it's 45 damage. Before it was 53. So it it's still fine to rush in like on a champion like auction. Yeah, but getting a second also isn't that big of a deal. So that's interesting. Okay, so that's kind of fine. That's kind of fine, I guess. Yoma's Ghost Play. Total cost was 3,000 gold. Now it's 2,900. Build path was Surrey Dirk pickaxe plus 1,225 gold. Now it's Caulfield's Warhammer plus Surrey Dirk plus 700 gold. Um, that build's a lot better as well. Attack damage was 60, now it's 55. Ability haste 15. This is a ginormous buff. So less gold, lost 5 AD, but cost less gold, and also got 15-minute ability haste. He almost went from being a beloved aggressive pick to an underutilized niche item. We've nursed his generic power last season to give room for situational items. But we're seeing now that we went a little too far. 80,000 have been yearning for a good general item, then falling card pickups. Yeah, this item is very strong though. So yeah, Yomu's Ghostblade is probably even a broken item right now. Uh, so Yomu's Ghostblade, what does it even do right now? Unique. Gain 20% bonus speed and ghosting for 6 seconds. That's the active. Gain gain 40% movement speed while out of combat. Yeah, that's a very strong item though. You can even rush this item on certain jugglers. Like even a champion like Kha'Zix might even rush this item. Like how's this going? Kha'Zix. No, I'm just going Prowl's Claw. That's just a very strong item though. That's a very strong item. Quite interesting. Jesus. I don't know. This is interesting item. If you play Assassins, have fun with that. Fleet Footwork Healing was 3 to 60 based on level, plus 30% bonus AD, plus 20% AP. Now it's 10 to 100 based on level, plus 40% AD, plus 30% AP. Healing versus minions was 100% range, 20%, no, 100% melee, 20% range, 20% melee, 10% ranged. Um, Fleet Footwork just hasn't been a very good pick for marksman. Rather than a straight up buff to make it more reliable, we're increasing healing against champs for everyone and reducing healing against minions depending on attack type to avoid too much power in lane sustain. Healing against minions for melee is getting reduced more than range because melee champions have already been using it very effectively for that very reason, making this an overall buff for range closer to neutral for melee. Ooh, excuse me. Um, Interesting. I'm not sure if I agree with the neutral buff for melee. So, oh well, the bonus AD is nice. Yeah, well, it's kind of neutral. Kind of neutral. That's quite a big buff to Fleet Footwork as well. This could also make it a more. This is very interesting because this also opens up I think a Mundo Jungle Fleet Footwork might also be very very good now because the issue is that it wouldn't really do much. You wouldn't really need it for the sustain. Um, Bonus AD also works with Mundo's E, which is nice. Healing versus minions with 100%. Hmm. Let me look at some. Dr. Mundo. No one plays him in the jungle anymore. Because, I don't know, they're bad. His win rate is fucking ginormous. Oh my god, what happened? Why is his win rate so high? I don't even know. I'll be honest. Yeah, no, it's because I remember I tested this before. The issue with it is that, I don't know. It is weird. He likes Grasper. Unsealed Spellbook is also interesting. Conquer's just really good as well. Grass is good, but oh, let's just read the rest honestly. So how do I feel about this? It's over a buff honestly. It just makes it more usable against champions instead of being a OAFK safety thing. You can be more aggressive with this. So it's interesting. It's also interesting to take into note with Gangplank as well. Um, so update bug fixes. Fix the bug that caused excessive slowness during the end of the game. Interesting. I wonder if it means in the lobby or at the end of the game, like inside the game. I'm not sure. Fix bug where Tom Kench ultimate availability HUD indicator was not graying out after his ult was used. Fix the bug where silences or hijack cooldown would sometimes not revert correctly if you died while casting hijack's ultimate. Fix several visual bugs that occurred when Silas hijacked Gun Goddess Misfortune's or bullet time. Shigu's clown not correctly gains 10 gold from killing a ward, not 20. Fix the bug where caster would sometimes be unable to cast his E Force Pulse. When Mordekaiser uses R on Graves' W smokescreen will now properly remain in the realm that it was cast in. Uh, Interesting. Fix the bug where charms would briefly lose functionality when hitting enemy champions who were spamming move commands with certain abilities that allow movement while casting. That's interesting. Fix the bug where Callista was still able to base attack and lunge with passive martial poise if she was charmed at the beginning of the base attack windup. Fix the bug where when an enemy fix the bug where when an enemy immobilized Dr. Bruno while standing on top of him, his passive goes where he pleases cancer would get destroyed before it hits the ground. Is that why his win rate blew up? I don't even know. Fix the bug where Wukong was able to entirely cancel his animation for Q crushing blood by entering a stop command. That's funny. Fix the bug where Lilia's W watch out Eep extended tooltip was missing the information that deals 50% damage to minions. Fix the bug where Caitlyn's R ace in the hole extended tooltip and level up tooltip did not contain its damage ratio. Fix the bug where the cloth armor refillable potion starting bundle will display plus one more text even though it does not grant a third item. Fix the bug where Nunu would get. Oh my god, I'm not saying that. Office like. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, okay. So some dumb actually. I would never say that word. Oh my god, that was cringe. Fix the bug where Nunu's E snowball barrage was I feel disgusting. Was missing its tooltip and hovering during mid cast. Fixed another bug where Nunu's E snowball barrage tooltip was incorrectly displaying damage as total damage when it's actually per snowball. Fixed the bug where Reven's Hunter was healing against wards. Its tooltip not correctly displays the total amount of healing done. Fixed the bug where Eternal Winter Everfrost's Orn upgrade was not displaying the actual number of champions rooted and slowed by the items active in the inventory tooltip. Fixed the bug where Nico's voice times in-game weren't always playing correctly or even at all, especially when entering disguise with passive inherent glamour. Nico's voice will also accurately play from Nico's location instead of in the center of the screen. Very good. Yeah, her passive was weird. Yeah, okay, that's nice that they fixed that. Some new skins, blah blah blah. I honestly do not care about any of these. I mean, everyone's like, oh, we like the Seraphine skin. Like, dude, why the hell are you even here to begin with? I don't know. Jesus. I think it was just a fucking meme, honestly. Quite a big patch. Viego thing's quite enormous. A lot of champions got buffed as hell, though. A lot of champions got big. This was a big patch. Evelyn's broken as well. I don't know why Muna's win rate's so high right now. It's kind of strange. Maybe that bug was actually really big. Or maybe, I don't know why. Like, am I missing something? Like, the Divine Sunderer nerf, maybe? I don't even know. I have no idea why his win rate's so high. It literally went from like 50% to 54%. Dubbing match is a high win rate too. Interesting. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's really it. That's quite interesting patch, honestly. Viego. Yeah. Divine Cinder kind of made him a rune champion with that. The champion later got nerfed because of Divine Sunder. How sad. It wasn't because of pro play, it was because of Divine Sunder. To just play. Viego's been breaking too many hearts because of Divine Sunder. That's what it should have said. So yeah, if you liked it, leave a comment or something. Thanks. Hope you liked it. Bye.